So many organisations were benchmarked in the original concept and design of GAMI, one of which was DE&S, but other countries' procurement systems were also considered. So I would never say it's going to be a carbon copy of DE&S, but there's no doubt that that concept was part of the thinking. If the plan is to, or the plan is, not if, the plan is to develop an entire defence ecosystem. And there are a number of military entities. And so the logic of GAMI is very sound in the sense that, as Stuart said earlier, previously everybody was buying independently and in some cases duplicating those procurements. And so GAMI's role is to sit in the middle as the regulator, but also to look at the synergistic buying opportunities. And therefore, in the sense of will it become a central procurement organisation, yes, but not in buying batteries, but in making sure that the really big equipments and the big services where there are synergies across the economy are actually pulled together, and such that each of the military entities, which keep their own budgets, GAMI does not have any central budget. That's not its purpose. Its purpose is to look across the landscape and join the dots to do the very best for the emerging defence ecosystem. Now, GAMI is also responsible for industrial policy, it's responsible for some of the R&D, it's responsible for the technology investment. So by having that overview of the requirements of all the military entities, then it allows it to really understand where best to place its strategy and its policy and the efforts to grow the entire system in the best way possible with some priority. So that's why it's seen as, that it is a centralised body, it is a centralised organisation, it is a centralised regulatory authority that doesn't take everything away from the military entities, but it does add this layer of, for me, I think it's absolutely the right thing to do. It does add this layer that allows somewhere where the entire landscape can be seen, and hopefully that will allow it to drive it in the best way possible, because there's a real priority. If you've got nothing, you've got to decide what to stand up first, and it's not necessarily the easiest things that need standing up first. And so GAMI's role is to make sure that military entities are served as well as they possibly can be.
And I think it's worth saying that, as everyone, a number of people will know, GAMI is only 3 years old, and one of those years has been a COVID year. And what it seeks to do is really transformation of a sector that in every country on the planet is very conservative. I think we've seen examples in the UK in the 90s moving to PGHQ type model, the resistance that there was within UK MOD across all sectors to those sorts of transformation activities. GAMI has a huge challenge, but the direction for that challenge comes from the very top, which is Vision 2030 is very clear, and the Crown Prince is very clear that he wants to do more in Saudi Arabia and get better value for money and establish sovereign capability. So the will is there from the top, and that transformation is going to take time, and as we always say, it's called Vision 2030 for a reason. So it's all about the journey that they're on.